Hey besties, welcome to my January TBR. I know we're a couple of days into the month and that's okay. I'm still excited to share with you guys the books I will be diving into this month of January. So first off, of course, we're starting the month off strong with reading the third book in the Windy City series. If you guys have been watching my previous videos, you know that I have been reading the Windy City series for the first time. And I am on the third book, Caught Up by Liz Humphworthy, and I will say I'm already pretty much done with the book and I love it. It is about a baseball player who's also a single dad. He's trying to, juggle fatherhood, his baseball career, and he meets this girl and everything changes for him, of course. It is a sports romance, just like the other two books. And so far I give it a 4-star. It is a very slow burn. I would say like from the other books, this one's moving the slowest, but it's still a very good story. But I'm excited to continue the series. So far, my favorite book would be the second book, but this one is still a very, very good book to get into. The whole series it's amazing if you're into that kind of like sports romance and that slow burn, that little spiciness to it. I definitely suggest you get into this series. So the second book in my January TBR is going to be The Favorites by Lane Fargo. And this book has been in my TBR for the longest freaking time. So I'm finally excited to dive into it. I don't know much about the book other than it follows two ice figure skaters. But this book was recommended to me a while ago because a couple years ago I read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins and I fell in love with the story. And ever since I've been wanting to read something very similar. So someone recommended this book to me, telling me that if it's kind of the same vibes, the same drama. So I'm excited to finally dive into it and I'm definitely going to be reviewing it. And if any of you guys have any suggestions on books that are similar to The Seven Husbands, leave them down in the comments. I've been wanting to read something like that, very drama, very like reality vibes. So yeah, let's move on to the next book. So my next book on my January TBR would be You Killed Me First by John Marrs. This is a psychological thriller that follows three different POVs, secrets, betrayals. So I'm excited to get into it. I fell in love with reading by reading thrillers. So every time I dive into a thriller book, I'm just excited for the ride. It's never disappointed me so far. So I'm just excited to get into that book and see what it's all about. And lastly, on my January TBR, we have American Dirt by Janine Cummings. And I know this book has a lot of controversy around the author maybe not being the best person to write about something like this. But it follows a mom and her son fleeing their country because of narco violence. I've heard that this is a very emotional story, that if you're somebody who is opposed to immigration, maybe this is something you should read and will probably change your perspective. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but I am here for the story. So I am a couple chapters into this book and I am very much invested. So I'm excited to give you guys a review. All right, guys, that will be wrapping up my January TBR. If you've read any of these books, please let me know how you feel about them. Please don't leave any spoilers. But yes, I'm excited to be reviewing these books once I'm done. Maybe I won't review every single one of them, but I will be reviewing some of them in the next coming videos. So if you like this video, please make sure to engage, comment, like, let me know what your favorite books are. If you have any suggestions for my February TBR, please leave those below as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching if you watched this far and see you next time.